for the citizenship challenge, we had a certain thing that we had to write about. So it was, should we eliminate the Electoral College or do we want it to stay? We had to learn about how voting worked and stuff so that we could figure out which one would be better for the citizens of the United States of America.
We kind of agreed on the popular vote because we thought it was more fair than the electoral vote and that everybody had an equal chance.
So we had to figure out what should the words be for our song because we chose Wouldn't It Be Nice.
Wouldn't it be nice if all votes counted and every person's voice was heard the same?
And then what would we do for the words for the little posters that we held? It was really exciting because we got to get a little tour of around the Constitution Center, and we got to take a party bus, which was awesome. We learned that, so for voting before when women weren't allowed to vote, me and Maguire thought this was really cool because it was a little digital thing.
And checklist.
Yes, and so it would be, are you a man? Are you a woman? Do you have an own property? Are you over 20? And we got out the first question because we are not men. And we also got to see how voting was like, so we got to go in little voting booths and we got to pick from another digital thing. So you got to pick what president would it be like and how they would run the America, which was pretty fun.
I like learning with comics because instead of just reading from a textbook and learning the information through that, we get to see a visual, and we also get to see how history is often represented through the media, and that also shows a lot of times how people felt during the time period, and it gives a more holistic view of history rather than just the information and facts. I really enjoyed this activity in ABC for Baby Patriots, where we read this comic book, and then we had to make our own comic book panel and a poem to go along with it. And I did mine on the Opium Wars, which inspired me to look further into scientific racism, which is now what I'm writing a research paper on, actually. So I think this book and other comics that we've done inspire me and other people in our class to look further into topics, and as Mr. Smythe says, go further down the rabbit hole to look for new information and new facts that interest us. I think what we recently did, another comic book, it was called The Great War, and it was, I don't know how many feet, but over 20, maybe it was 24, 26, something like that. And we got to see a visual representation of all the events of a battle in World War I, and it was very, very detailed, and I think a lot of people in my class really liked that activity because of how interactive it was, and also I think a lot of us are visual learners, and textbooks aren't always that visual, so learning in different ways definitely helps us to understand topics better and also be more prepared for tests like the AP test coming up.
Martin Luther King Jr. Helped end segregation with all his friends like Ralph Abernathy, Rosa Parks, and Ruby Bridges. They all helped end segregation. No matter what your skin tone is, everything should be fair.
He had a dream that one day everybody would be treated equally and would be judged by the context of their character.
We read a couple books about him, and it was really neat that he put together white people and black people.